In today's video, we're continuing our What If Civilization Restarted series. Well, the Red Nation is mad at this nation, so they decide to launch a quick attack to see what happens. And the Purple Nation, shocked by it, as the Red Nation really fastly and quick to take the initiative and advance across the front. With them only having a small amount of forces there as a colonial army, not realizing how much this could send. Well, quickly in the south, they end up with problems. And they start trying to send forces, but the Red Nation isn't relenting. And by the time they can send forces in, it's kind of too late. By that time, the collapse of this has happened. And fearing they could land in their territory, they decide to agree to a peace treaty. Occupied. With the nation here deciding, without really being supposed to, probably by the order here, to annex all of these areas. Yes, they took the initiative to annex stuff. That's definitely not theirs. A lot of nations claim it's not. With the Orange Nation managing to get a few of the areas to decide to join them. That used to be part of them, including all of these nations that were split off them, but one of them doesn't want to join. Which is not a big deal, I guess. Now another war breaks out in this area. As three nations meet, this nation, that nation, and this nation, about a partition. With it going really well. With forces quickly sent into Anatolia. And well, up here, whatever this area is, gets liberated against this empire. As they quickly advance in here, and this nation comes in to do stuff. With them all having the same goal, to liberate this area. With this nation moving to take the capital, as the capital of this empire is over here and gets taken. And well, this is as far as this army manages to advance by themselves. As this happened. Eventually, this nation ended up with front lines like this and had to surrender. So let's look into this peace treaty. As you can see after this peace treaty, a lot of lands have changed. Especially in this area where lands were annexed by all the sides. Yes, I've right, annexed some land. Now this yellow nation here decides to go on an expansion spree as they move in from here to the south. And then they move into this nation. This Orange Nation fears they might try to go after this land. So they quickly occupy it and annex it. Because they believe annexing it is what they have to do. And well, they also invade this Green Nation over here. And then they invade this Bluish Nation, fearing that if they don't do anything, this whole area could be occupied. But a lot of nations are starting to view a partition of it. Though, not too many of them. But this nation here deciding it wants an empire. As it believes it should annex everything, basically. Well, I don't know what this, Aqua Nation is. I never gave names. And well, they go after this nation because it has most of its stuff located along its coastline area. And well, quickly they occupy here, leading to this nation's capitulation. And then they move into here. And well, this green nation that's in the jungle, they decide, kind of the jungle and mountains, they decide to occupy a big chunk of it and see what happens. With the northern front quickly expanding, and then this front opens up, leading to the collapse of this nation. And with this, that nation annexes 3 countries. And it's annexed 5, so it really expanded. And now it's content with its gains, but these 2 nations, worried about it, decide to unite. And well, these nations also do. Over here, nope, that's not what happened. And well, they do this out of what they believe is best for their nation. These nations all unifying. And now I hope I click the right one. Wait, here might be easier. Well, now to select all to unify this. Well, that's pretty much all for today's video. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Wild Mapper out, and not only subscribe. Bye, guys.